Hello everyone, welcome once again for the cost accounting training. We have covered this training into multiple volumes. So, in volume one, we have spoken about the difference in the cost accounting and the GL allocation. How is it going to be helpful for us? What is the requirement? So, depending on that, you can decide to go with the scenario or the module. The scenario is something where in this currently we are saying that I want to allocate a cost whatever is booked in the GL in 007. I'll be using this allocation or distribution policy within the cost accounting. For that, we'll be having an allocation base that we will see it. And in the volume 2, we have done a configuration where I have configured the cost element and the cost object and statistical dimension. This has helped to bring the account and the cost center which is needed for the posting. And then we have dimension hierarchy which has been covered in a volume 3. So in the volume 3, we have learned about the hierarchy of an account or the cost object. Volume 4 is where we will cover and cost accounting actual version. So this is what we are going to learn now. Yeah, prior to moving on that, we will see in the cost accounting ledger some of the very important things. This is the one which we have used it till now. See, any point of time, if you want, you can delete the transaction or you can delete the ledger and just click on yes, and you can recreate no a new ledger demo. We can go with the new cost accounting ledger, and we will try to bring all the data. Like, I say that I want to move the data from CC to CC, and here comes the element. So we know that we are using a demo, and then we have a fiscal calendar. A fiscal calendar is, we know that it is coming from the GL module. I just pick all the mandatory field as of now. And a default cost element dimension hierarchy is demo, and statistical dimension is a statistical element, and the hierarchy is figure. And just save the data. At this point of time, as I know that I'm not going to use any other, cost objects. All I'm using is a cost center. So I'm just creating and cost center linkage here. This is a place where you are linking the account with the dimensions or an object. So what we can do that we can link with the dimension, and then you have a cost object that you can know. There will be multiple hierarchy which you have created it. It will appear to you. So you can just select whatever is required as per your requirement. So I will go with dimension, and then maybe here I would like to select that one of the hierarchy. You can create any of the hierarchy however you want. You can redesign, you can reframe. So I just will show you something. If I'm in this hierarchy, I can, if you want, I can change it. So what I'm using is this hierarchy, and just see the hierarchy, and then you say that no, this is my requirement, where I see that all the cost centers are actually put it in a different like, not like a CEO CFO. So this is the reason I'm using this cost center hierarchy. The linkage happens with here. So your dimension selection is cost CCA. So this is how you will be able to link that hierarchy with the dimension. So once it is done, what you can do that you can just go back, and now my task is to bring the data in the system. To bring the data, click on the manage. Once you click on the manage, this is a place where you bring the GL data, and select the GL import. You give the name as GL import, and the provider is again a finance and operation general ledger entries. So this is actually bringing the GL entries to the cost accounting, and we can select the demo and click on save. Give the provider. So this is where is very important. USMF is a legal entity for which we want to bring the data, and what is a layer. So if you know that there are multiple layer where we do a posting, we can bring all the layers here, but currently we have data in the current layer, so I will go with the current layer itself. And then once it is done, you can actually click on the source data and you can process the GL. Click on OK, and then you see that a GL data is getting processed. This is bringing all the GL entries what is needed as per our configuration. Click on source data processing and you can click on the all process journal. There is one journal which is reflecting. Another way to go is that you can click here as well, and this will give you all the journals, and this will give you a GL entry only. So when I'm in GL entry, I know the version is demo CC, and the data source is GL import. I click on journal entries and all the transactions are appearing here. So there is a cost center which is no, we have an entry with the cost center. Demo CC is our cost center. So we have entry in 600120 under 007 cost center. So this particular page actually brings the entire data from the GL module. However, for you, it is very important to know that suppose if this particular entry, like 110180, doesn't have the cost center, so when you click on cost entries, it is blank because there are no cost entries. So this will not further move for any kind of an allocation and distribution. However, when you come to this particular line where you see the cost center 007 is applied here, click on the cost entry and you can see that we have a cost. This is an account and we have a cost center 007. This is an entry of 300. So this I should be able to allocate. So when it comes to an allocation and distribution, as I said that only the account where we have dimensions attached, that is the one which will be used further for an allocation or distribution, because only these lines have a cost entries. However, remaining lines, if this there is no cost center in this and there is no cost entry, I won't be able to allocate further. So this is how you have imported the GL. Now moving further, we will learn about how to import the statistical measure. Click on the statistical measure and click on create new and use write FTE. The data provided will be again imported for us because I am not going to use here dynamics data. What I'm using is imported statistical measure. So in our previous module, what we have done that we have imported a statistical measure. So this was our import file which we have seen, and the import is like we have import for FT. So I'll be using for an FT which is a 3 count in cost center 15 and a 4 count in cost center 11. And then for the office area we have 3 cost center. I'm going to link this with the dimension member, as we know that any statistical dimension, what we have it, what when we import it, we have to link the source identifier with the dimension member. So what I'm using is an FT or an all employee. I can use it, and this is measured in terms of an unit is each. So I can select either an FT. We have FT below, or else I can select an all employees and then save it. Once you save, here is an option to select the identifier an employee in UMMF. So I have to go and select that, and you have an option to pick it up. So, and this is account, or I will change to the sum. Now this is very important field. It is saying that dimension for mapping a first column. So this example, it is telling that when you are loading these two lines, okay, what is how are you going to link this first column? So as we know that currently I'm only allocating to the cost center 15 and 11. So this is actually belongs to cost center. I have to select the cost center here. So I'm using the cost center and select OK, and this is how you save it. I will open one more page just to cross verify, because sometimes what happens, you keep creating multiple accounts, you keep creating multiple dimensions. So I want to cross verify something very important. So as I'm going to use this one, which is my CC to CC. So as I'm using this one, I need to cross verify the cost center. That is when it will bring the data, or else it will throw and no, maybe a blank page for you. So I'm going to say that the first column should be a demo CC. So I have linked it with this. Now coming on further, I actually am supposed to bring even the office area values as well. So I will just write any name you can provide, and again I'm going to import it. So I'll select and import it, and dimension member here I will give as like an office area, which is actually measured in terms of meter square. And this is where you have to provide the identifier name, and I just select the name. So in the name, we have now office area square meter. So I am going to link it now with the office area SQM, and then I will change the function here to some. And this also is something we have in cost center as well. I'll just save it now. And so as what you have done, that you have configured the statistical measure and you want to bring the value. So this value is actually loaded now, which is in data management, right? So now you have to bring it within the ledger. So for that, again, you have to go and run the statistical measure. Once you run, the way the GL entries has come, even these entries will be reflecting. So click on the source data process and statistical source entry journal. You can see there are two entry. One is FT, which should be like magnitude of 3 to 4 ratio. So now you can see here this is a 3 to 4 ratio. And so if you know, and the similar way what you can see here is that we have here an office area. So yeah, this is how the ratio will be. So now, as you are here, it is very important for you that when you actually are in FT, when you see the journal entries, though the ratio is 3 is to 4, 3 is to 4, but I see the value 1612. The reason is that as many times you load the data, suppose if I load once again it will add the value, but however the ratio remains the same. Another important thing is that suppose these are the cost center which I need for allocation. Suppose my next requirement will be that I want to allocate to the BU. So I need to give the BU as well. How does a system know it is a BU? So when you are giving the value in any of the column, you are supposed to link this value when you are into the import no identifier. So you are supposed to link that value in this particular place. So when you come here, you can say this is a BU. So as ours is cost center, we are just keeping it as a cost center now. So by this, I have both the data ready now, GL entry as well, and this is statistical entry as well. So for us, yeah, it is important also to know that when I'm using a statistical measure, actually, whenever there is any change, again you have to re-import the data. And the similar way, if there is any journal entry or a new entry created, again you have to come and then you have to process the data. Any GL entry will only be affected in the cost accounting whenever you come and you run the process the data. So for any change, you have to again process, or else the data flow will not happen. An allocation base will be an all employee. So you can see here, this is a name, allocation base name will be an all employee. And for office area, allocation base will be and office area. This is a name. So which we'll be using further in an allocation and distribution, while I'll show you when I'm doing it. Moving on further, we have learned about how to bring the statistical data and the GL data in the cost accounting. And once it is done, we are going to now learn how to distribute, allocate, and do an overhead calculation. Here is an allocation base, and this is policies. These two are very important, which we are going to see. Now, since we have already imported the data, what we can do that we can come here and we can see, like, we can see the value, like, just I will click on this all employee. This is as I told you, the key what we have it here. Just come here and click on the actual version, manage, and a statistical measure. To see the value, what you can do that you in an FT, you see that all employee is the name of the dimension member. There is something called predefined allocation base. I want to see that if I'm allocating it to our cost accounting ledger, which is a demo CC, and then if I am using this particular which period I have to see, I have to see in the period number 6 and click on OK. What it does, that it shows this magnitude. You can see here, this is how an allocation will happen into the ratio, which is 11 cost center and 15 cost center. The same what you can do, that you can verify for the office area as well. So you can select it and then you can preview it. Cost accounting ledger, what we are using is demo CC, and again you can select the version and then select the period as required. Click on OK and you can see the value. The any Whenever you select this allocation base, okay, office area, the allocation will happen to cost center 10, 11 and 12 in this range. So by now this we are yet to know now, when we have seen an allocation base, we have seen how the value will be impacted no, when we do an allocation or distribution. Now, in policy, there are actually major policy. What we have is distribution and allocation policies. We are not covering the behavioral policy because this is something where we classify the cost into fixed and variable. But however, we don't consider it. So, if you don't consider, the entire cost will be classified as unclassified. So, just come here and you can see something here in the journal entry. And what we can see here, suppose if I have to classify this cost, I click on the cost entries and I can see it is a behavior is unclassified. If you are using a cost behavior policy and we say that no, 50% is fixed and 50% is variable, so that is how it will bifurcate. The behavior will be fixed and variable. So as now we are going with the we are not going with any kind of a behavior policy, so it is all unclassified. Now here comes a distribution policy. Distribution policy is basically used in where we want to distribute cost from one to another cost center, or I can say the transport expense is actually all transport expense has come to one generic cost center. I want to allocate to all the department or the cost center whoever is using, and it is the basis of the employee. So I will go with distribution policy, and if you want, you can go with allocation policy as well. But we will go one by one to see this. In the cost distribution policy, what you can see here, I have to now, to distribute, I have to give the formula. So I can create a new policy and I can say that demo CC, and you can give a description or else you can leave it as it is. It's not a mandatory. Here comes a object hierarchy. In the cost object hierarchy, I will give the demo CC, which I'm using it. You need to be very careful what is the link with the account, with the ledger. So provide the same detail as well. And the cost element dimension hierarchy, I'll use the demo. Okay, and then we have statistical dimension, statistical element. Save the data. As I told before, that hierarchies are basically used for a policy where I am supposed to distribute it. Also, this will be used highly when you are using a reporting. So now in policy, you can see that it is telling you the node, right, the hierarchy node. So in case if we have created a multiple levels or multiple structure hierarchy, you can allocate at that level, or else if you want, you can directly allocate at the entire parent level itself. So I something which is no, which can be picked, like suppose I want to allocate, this is a source, I want to allocate from 007, I can pick that. Or else I say that I want to allocate at the parent level. So you have to go and select the entire, like say I'm going to allocate the entire cost from the cost center. So you can just select it. So you can just close this, we have to fill this now. So what you can do that, no, currently my requirement is that as per from the module, we know that I am going to allocate from the cost center 007. So whatever lines are there, I'm going to allocate it. I will only select a 007 I'll just give it here 007 and click enter. So the source is 007 and cost element dimension hierarchy. So this is an hierarchy of the cost object. This is a hierarchy of the cost element. So I say that the entire cost, like the entire cost center, uh, I say that the cost, whatever belongs to 007 cost center, in all the accounts, it should be allocated to, and I provide like an FTE. I'm just giving an allocation base as an all employee, which we have configure it. Now I say that no, I don't want to use the entire cost. However, I only want to use one of the account that I am going to use. Only 600 account I want to allocate it. I'll use it. So these basically the source, and this is your base. Depending on that, system will allocate it. So what we are saying now, that whatever cost we have in 007 cost center in this particular account, allocate it basis on all employee. And all employee means I am saying that allocate it into 3 is to 4 ratio to 15 and 11 cost center. So what you do once it is done, you have to do an policy assignment, which is very important. You can always deactivate or no remove the policy. I'm just allocating to the cost control unit. Again, you have to select it. Now when you select the cost control unit, the cost control unit will be basically coming for all, like a CC. If you have a BU will also appear it here, but now we only have a CC cost center. So I have assigned it, and this cost control unit cannot be BU if the source is cost center. So basically you are linking everything. So this is a cost control unit where I'm assigning this formula, and this is my cost object, and this is an account. So this is how you define it. When you come to cost entries, click on the journal entry. You can click on the source entries, and you can see that the transaction in this account, you are able to see the voucher, you are able to see the GL page. Now you can see here, so the cost whatever we have in 007, this particular cost, and then you can see this particular cost, and this particular cost, whatever is only in the cost center, okay, only that will be taken it for an allocation. So since in this transaction, if you see here, it won't be applicable for no for an allocation. So my, as per my formula, only the cost center 007 and this account I am going to allocate it. So come to the cost element journal entry space, and you can see this. These are the account and whatever we have in 007. So you can filter also. Just see the value. 1124 is a total amount in this account, which is freight and transport, which is used by all the department people, but it is charged to the 007. So proceed with the distribution policy, and then policy assignment has happened. Now what we can do, that we can go here and cost accounting ledger, you can come, and you can come to an actual version and select a period calculation and run an overhead calculation. Select the period for which you want to run, click on OK. Select again period calculation and see the last calculation journal. This has given a cost estimation journal, okay, and click on the journal entry to see what allocation has happened. So what you can see that there are all the lines appearing, okay, but my requirement is that now there are all the lines appearing, but when you click on the cost entries, you will not have any entries, because when I am doing an look, when I'm actually doing a distribution, I am not selecting all the account. What I have done is that I have only selected this particular account. So you can just select, there are no cost entries for this, right? You can check, one more, there are no cost entries for this because there is no formula which you have attached to this particular account. So my account selection is in distribution is this particular account and this cost center. So this two is the source, which is 1124, which you can see here 1124, and just click on the cost entries. So the cost entries has done an allocation of 1124 into 11 and 15. So 1124 is a total value. What you can do that you can check the formula 1124 divided by 7, and then what you can do that you can see this how much value will be there in the cost center 15. So 15 should have a 481 values. So 15 is 481 and the remaining will be in 11. So this is how an allocation or distribution rule happens. You can actually trace a rule from here. This is the rule which is applicable now in spite of selecting this particular account. If I select all that account, that the distribution will happen from all the account and 007 cost center. So now allocation base also you can see from here what allocation base is applied. So you are actually able to link all that transaction with an allocation base, with the policy rule, everything. So once allocation has happened, now we have no the value what we have in 15 is in cost center 15 we have this particular value 481. Now I'm saying that allocate this to three more cost centers, and the basis is an office area. So as we know that I'm going to allocate this cost center 15 to another three more cost centers. So here I'll be using an allocation policy.